Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to Coffee and Sports the Morning Show, man. Just me and my boy Will this morning. Will, how you doing?
How you doing, man? Good to be here.
Oh, you had a good night last night, brother?
Oh yeah, good night, good night.
So, we here talking sports, place where people get their feelings hurt, teams catch strays, and this morning I'm feeling a little
Yeah.
giving out team people strays this morning. So I want to start off with this, Will.
Okay.
Is the Dallas Cowboys the most overrated team in the last, I say, 2 decades?
Yeah. And they have also one of the most delusional fan bases ever.
You don't think the Eagles
Also,
fans are a little delusional too?
what's that?
Eagles fans? You don't think Eagles fans are a little delusional? I think the NFC East teams mostly a little delusional sometimes.
Maybe, maybe. The question I always like to ask though, who's more delusional, Cowboys fans or Lakers fans? I always ask that question. Always ask
Oh
that
man.
question.
Hey, we got a special guest this morning, man. My man Seven
What's up,
popped in,
bro?
man. What's going on, Seven? How you doing this morning, brother?
What's up,
What's
bro?
up, bro? And Matt, you know what? I have to say, I think that it's if I have to think about it, Cowboys fans are just slightly more delusional than Eagles fans. Like it's like right there.
To me,
It's they
to
it's when
me,
Eagles fans truly accept that Nick Sirianni is the next Doc Rivers of the NFL. That's when we'll truly start to see Eagles like open that gap up a little bit more, and Cowboys fans being that much more delusional. But right now, it's like right there.
I
to
would say
me,
you, I
to
would I would agree with this guy, Paul. Not saying
yeah.
we
Hostile.
Eagles
Yeah,
fans
that's
are
fair.
way more hostile than, but
But look though, the Lakers and are the biggest teams in the NBA, and the fans are like right behind them. 20. Oh, we gonna win it all? No, you ain't. No, you
I
ain't.
mean it's the Lake Show, man.
The
There's
biggest teams in the NBA. The biggest teams in the NBA.
there is a reason why the most common group of fans they like the Lakers, the Cowboys, and the Yankees. It's always this is our year, and then excuses when it isn't.
Yep, yep, yep,
I
yep,
mean,
yep.
are you a fan if you don't think it's your team's year?
I
I
would say
mean,
yes.
sometimes
I
you
would
have to
say
be a
yes.
realist.
Exactly.
I ain't never gonna sit here and say it's the Saints year. Never ever.
I mean, come on, let's be realistic, Will. When
Never
Drew Brees
ever.
when Drew Brees was at the helm, was you not saying this is our year? We got Michael Thomas, we got Brandon Cooks, we got Kobe Fleener. Who else was it?
I
Who was
did
up?
that for a year. I did that the year after we won the 2009 Super Bowl. I did that for a year. After that, that stopped very quickly.
No, y'all had like 3 straight years when y'all went to the NFC Championship game and got
Yeah, but when
shafted out of the game.
but I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say or make excuses. We just didn't get the job done after that 2009 Super Bowl win. We just didn't get the job done.
You know why?
So that made me sort of kind of think, hey, it's gonna be
Because
tough.
Sean Payton got bad juju, man. They shafted the boy. You like, hey, you want to do the bounty gate? Guess what? We're shafting you out of every NFC
He should
championship
be
game from
that
now
that
on.
that that whole thing was Greg Williams, and he shouldn't have been complicit with it. He should have been. He knew it, and he should have been complicit with it.
But no, but I mean, come on now. Hold on here. Now, I'm not condoning what Sean Payton did with Bounty Gate. Don't get me wrong. But we can't take a look at what the NFL was at that point and be surprised that it happened. Because stuff like that was flying all over the league at that point. And teams were doing every little thing that they could, thinking they wouldn't get caught, still living in that delusional phase of the NFL having control over every piece of media that comes out about the team, and thinking they would not get caught. So it shouldn't have happened. But Sean Payton wasn't the only one. Sean Payton and his staff were the only ones doing stuff they shouldn't have done
Yeah,
at that point in the NFL.
I think everybody was doing it just to get that edge.
Hey man, if you're gonna do it, just don't get caught doing it, man. You rob a
Yep,
bank, you get caught, you going to jail.
yep,
Just don't get caught.
that's it.
If I rob a bank, either
Never.
way, I'm not going to work tomorrow. One of two ways. Like that's what it comes down
That's what
to.
it come down to. You're gonna be somebody's boyfriend in prison.
Moving on, man. So Drake May gets replaced in the Pro Bowl roster with none other than Mr. Shador Sanders. 7, go ahead. You can start with this one.
No, I can't fight. I'm not touching this one. No, I'm kidding. For I get why the NFL did this, because when it gets to this point, after you've replaced enough people because of different reasons, be it injury and potential Super Bowl and all of that, it's going to come down to the NFL, the league, picking somebody that they know is going to generate views.
Mm.
And the league said Shador is going to generate views. All the haters trying to trash on how he does in the skills competitions, and all of his backers saying, "Look how good he did in the skills competitions." Like it's the NFL understands that what drives today's marketing dollars is engagement, and nothing drives engagement like something that pisses an entire part of your fan base off. So anybody that's shocked by this, like I mean, all you gotta do is look at me like, oh yeah, that makes
I think
sense.
I seen somebody
That's
in our
exactly
chat that said, "Was there any other quarterback not available?"
I mean, it's a relevant question. Like there are relevant questions that you should ask. Like, why are we really at the point? Like, I mean, is Aaron Rodgers already in his ayahuasca retreat? Is Josh? I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm Josh Allen and I've got Haley Steinfeld at home, I don't want to leave either. But at the same time, like, was he not available? I mean, is Sunshine really not wanting to go? What about CJ Stroud? Like, it's a relevant question, but I'm not surprised the NFL did this.
Well, what you think, man? You think you should replace it with? Is this a good pick, man, or somebody else should have been in there?
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. He's gonna, like Seven said, he's gonna definitely give you put some new eyes on this and see what he can do. He didn't play at first with the Browns. Got a raw deal if you ask me, but this is gonna be good for Shador. He gets to go out there and play and showcase his skills. I don't care if it's for a quarter or a half. This is going to be good for Shador, and I think it's going to be good for the league to see what he can do.
All right, well, let's grade Drake May's performance heading to the Super Bowl this year. What grade are you giving Drake May?
We talking about for the playoffs overall or the whole season?
His Super Bowl run. What do you grade him?
I love Drake May. Like I say, he won me some fantasy championships. Won me a championship belt coming. I'm gonna give him an A.
You gonna give him an A?
I'm gonna give him an A.
He didn't even play well against top 10 defenses.
Listen.
I mean, he got the job done.
But he won.
He did.
He won.
But was it really him, or was it really the Patriots defense that got him to this point?
Listen, it don't matter. Listen, don't matter how you win. You win. You take that win. And when we talked about this last night on Sports Report, yeah, he wasn't the best. I think 86 yards against Denver. But look, when you are going up against those three top defenses, particularly against the Texans defense, and you come out with a win, that speaks volumes, man.
Or CJ Stroud just could not get it done with that terrible offensive line, because they would have been cooked. They would have been cooked, man.
Nah.
Patriots would, if CJ Stroud had some competent quarterback play, he wasn't getting pass rush 50% of his dropbacks, they would have got dogged by any other quarterback.
Nah, man, you still gotta give it to Drake, man. You still gotta give it to May, man. You still gotta give it to him. But I will agree with you on this though. Any other quarterback but CJ would have won that game.
I don't know about any other, but
any other.
Somebody
would have won that game.
What you got, 7?
So here's what I will say. Drake May has, and I said this last night, Drake May has done exactly what has been asked of him. Like, at the end of the day, Drake May is asked to win games. To not mess up and win games. You know who couldn't do that? Josh Allen. Drake May only threw 8 interceptions all year long. Drake May led the league in pass. Or wait, no, it wasn't led the league. Drake May was 4th in the league in passing yards. 4th in the league in passing yards 4,394 yards this season. Drake May was first for QBR, third for touchdowns through 31 touchdowns. Your first full year starting, and you do that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like even as a Chiefs fan with the standard of Patrick Mahomes.
That is great, but give me this. Give me just his Super Bowl run right now. As of right now, what grade are you giving Drake May in the playoffs?
I give him
his performance.
I mean, I give him a B. You look at in his last 3 games. He's thrown 2 interceptions but 4 touchdowns. That's a pretty good ratio. I don't. But that's all while getting sacked 5 times a game. In the last 3 games, Drake May has been sacked 5 times a game. When Joe Burrow goes through that and has lower numbers, we're condemning the line. We're condemning the offensive coaching staff. We're talking about play calling. But Drake May gets the win. Doesn't throw very many picks. Throws more touchdowns than picks. And we're asking these questions.
No,
I'm not saying Drake May is the best quarterback in the league.
I'm gonna say this about the last game. The last game in particular, I'm gonna say this. Drake May was not looking good in that first half at all. And the snow didn't start falling. So the Patriots prevailed due to snowfall in the second half. And Drake May got it done. Yes, he got it done. But if they was playing in the dome, do you really think Drake May would have got it done? Because he wasn't playing. It wasn't no snowfall or nothing. It was just cold outside in that first half. My man had 86 yards and 65 rushing yards. 86 passing yards.
Because are we going to Justin Herbert our way into excuses, or are we going to look at results?
Stupid.
Like I even gonna deal with that this morning. I haven't got time for that.
All right,
just deal with the saltiness on the margarita rim in Cancun with the rest of us, and just chill out.
But my thing is, Carmine, I'll get where you're coming from, but just from the fact that he was able to prevail at all against those 3 teams.
Yeah, but let's say, do you think he would have prevailed if Bo Nix was still playing? That's what Anthony wanted to ask you. If Bo Nix was still on the field, do you think they would have got away with that win? Not to mention, Sean Payton made a terrible call.
He did.
I think that New England wins. We talked about this a little bit last night too. I think that New England gets the W, and I think it's still for the same reason. Sean Payton getting cute when he shouldn't have, because that's his trademark. And we can't pretend it's not. Like I love Bo Nix. That kid has an amazing arm. I'm frustrated that he's in the AFC West because that means I have to face him twice a year. But
ain't no kid. That's a grown ass man. That ain't no kid.
He is.
That's a grown ass man. He 58 and 11. He 58 years old. That man
compared to our age, bro. He
compared to us.
But like, do I think that we're having a different conversation about this game if Bo Nix isn't? Absolutely. But I also think that Sean Payton is going to Sean Payton.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix brings a different outcome to the game due to, if you rushing them, Jarrett Stidham ain't getting out the pocket. Bo Nix is gone.
But at the same point,
he's already gone.
But at the same point, Carmine, those drops may still happen. And that's the one thing about that. I don't put Cortland Sutton in that tier of wide receiver. Too many drops. You got to catch the football, man. You can't drop it. You can't be a number 1 and have that many drops.
You're right, but what I'm saying is Bo Nix, just like Drake May was taking the game into his hands and was running the ball, Bo Nix has the same skill set. But moving on, did Sam Darnold silence his doubters? Will, talk to me.
I think he's been slept on, and if he wants to completely silence everybody, he needs to have a good Super Bowl. If he can have a good Super Bowl and get this win, like I suspect he does, then yeah, I think he silences a lot of people. If he goes out there and he stinks it up in another big game, then it's the same old Sam Darnold.
How can you
He's
say
been playing
that?
well up. He's been playing well up to this point, but
Now,
in order,
was it Sam Darnold, or was he just in bad organizations, bad offensives? Because he played for the Vikings, he did great last year for the Vikings. But
into that last game,
people thought it was him and Justin Jefferson. He turns around this year and does the same thing, and now he's in the Super Bowl. You don't think
but
that's silenced the doubters?
But what happened with Minnesota in that big game?
Minnesota wasn't a good team. Clearly, the Seahawks was
He
a way
stuck
better.
up the joint.
He had a great season last.
I'm talking about.
He had a bad playoff game.
Yeah, that bad
He had a
playoff
great
game.
season.
Yeah. If he can put the icing on the cake with a good game in the Super Bowl, I think he silences a lot of his critics.
Okay. 7, chime in.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's that he silences the doubters. I think it's that he proves that he's no longer what they thought he was with the Jets. Because yes, we saw a lot of problems with the offensive line. With the Jets. Can't disagree there. That offensive line is like Obama immigration. Everybody getting through. That's the old saying. But he gets to Minnesota. He gets with the quarterback whisperer. Has a great season. Their porous own line finally breaks in that playoff game. He struggles. And now he's and Minnesota makes the stupid decision to put the franchise on the back of JJ McCarthy. And we have Sam Darnold, and we have Darnold in the Super Bowl now with the Seahawks. And I think that what he's showing is that he can develop and he can grow, and that with good coaching and a proper team around him, he's going to give you exactly what you want out of him. He's going to show why he was the third pick in the draft. So I don't think it's so much that he's going to prove his doubters wrong. It's that he's going to show that he can grow from a difficult situation.
I think it puts him definitely in, if he can get this win, I think it puts him into another class of quarterback. Will he be a great quarterback? Hell no. But he'll be somebody who you can put in the Hall of Very Good.
I don't know about that.
I think you put him in the Hall of Very Good. I mean, you seen Trent Dilfer won the damn Super Bowl.
Right, but let me ask you this. At 2 years ago, if you look at that 2018 draft class, would you have said that Sam Darnold was going to be the first one out of that quarterback class to go to the Super Bowl?
No.
Nobody would have.
No one would have.
Absolutely nobody would have.
No.
And now we are now at the point where we have to call out that he is more successful right now than Josh Allen. He's more successful than Lamar Jackson. And and all of these other decent quarterbacks that were in that class.
I wouldn't say more successful, 7. I would say he.
How can you not look me in the eye and tell me that Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen is a better closer than Sam Darnold?
I would say he got one more accomplishment than they do, because Lamar Jackson 2-time MVP, Josh Allen is an MVP. Sam Darnold has not scraped the surface of being an MVP or in a tier 1 of being that you talking about tier 1 quarterback.
He should be an MVP finalist this year. He absolutely should be an MVP finalist this year. First of all, Josh Allen, you're going to look at how Josh Allen performed this year and tell me that he should be on that list over Drake May?
Problem is, Josh Allen been doing it for years. Sam Darnold only got 2 years of actually being good, and
that's my point. And that's my point. If he comes out and does, he's gonna have to prove it on the field. And if he has a good Super Bowl, it takes him from a third, put it in classes, takes him from a third class or a third tier QB to a second tier QB. Will he ever be a number 1? I doubt it. But a number 2 QB, hey, the second level.
Darnold might be a tier 1 after he won a Super Bowl.
He might be, because he'll be more confident at that point. But still, I just think he needs to have a good Super Bowl to silence a lot of his critics.
So we put in Drake. We put Sam Darnold in the good class of quarterbacks, not the elite.
He'll be in the Hall of, if he wins, he'll be in the Hall of the Very Good, but I don't think he'll ever be elite.
You'll never be
It's-
elite
I don't think he'll ever be elite.
if he keeps
He
going.
still
with
has to
this-
earn being elite.
If he keeps
still has
this,
to
if
earn
he
being
keeps this up, if he keeps this up, get to let's say another AFC, another NFC championship game. Okay, I got you, but I need to see it on the field first.
But
Mm.
then how are we going to put him? Then how are we going to put Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson? Because nothing in the postseason that we've seen puts them ahead
But they're both,
of Sam Darnold.
but they both have better regular seasons than he does.
Yeah, but we're not talking about regular season championships. We're talking about elite Super Bowl
I
winners.
thought we were talking about the whole season. I thought
Well,
we were talking about
the
the whole
problem with
season.
Sam Darnold is he's not. He wasn't. If he would have came out smoking the same way Lamar Jackson did, and
Right,
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes,
right.
even Justin Herbert, if he'd have came out smoking, because he is a part of the the 2018 class, he probably would be in the talks of where they at now. But he's not.
Yeah.
Because he was dormant for 5 years while they was smoking it for 5 years
Yep.
straight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So Darnold, he's only got 2 amongst their 5+ years of dominating. I think Lamar Jackson's on what, year 7, 8 now? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Darnold still got time, man. Like for Minnesota, he had 4,300 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 picks. And then for Seattle, he just had another 4K. This is his
Mhm.
only 2 years with 4K. And you talking about
Mhm.
Josh Allen, Lamar, who has 3,000 yards plus and 1,000 yards rushing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but Josh Allen also throws the most ill-timed interceptions of anybody I've ever seen. Like that guy could
Me-
guy could
media
screw
don't
up
count.
and not get laid in a wet dream. Like that's
Media
how
don't count.
bad his timing is.
Media don't
It's-
care. The women don't care either. They like Josh Allen. All of them love him.
Yeah, that's because he's nice to kids and he's pretty. But I don't care if my quarterback's pretty. I care he wins games. He wins games.
That's just
Sam Darnold
wrong,
just
man.
wins. You give him the right support, he wins. Josh Allen had all the tools, lost. Justin Herbert, plenty of tools, lost. Lamar Jackson, plenty of tools, lost. Right now, Sam Darnold is the evidence is that Sam Darnold is a better QB than all of them because he has tools just like they have, and he's actually getting it done. Of course, he's better than Dak.
I'm sort of kind of there.
Dak is a stat sheet stuffer, man.
I'm sort of kind of like Carmine in a sense of, I think he might be playing on a better team than Josh Allen.
He is.
Still got better defense. Got number one options everywhere that Josh don't.
I wouldn't say a better team. I would say they gave Josh Allen some mediocre receivers.
Yeah,
try to make him into the next mobile Tom Brady type vibe because his receivers ain't really that good. He did have Stephen Diggs, but now he has trash receivers.
You can't have a quarterback go out. You can't expect a quarterback to go out there and do it without playmakers. And I'm sorry, Buffalo don't have the playmakers. I love Kincaid, I love Knox, but he doesn't have playmakers. He's had playmakers and still failed. But you have to have playmakers on the field. You have to.
And people, the thing is, people think Brady didn't have playmakers, but he had low-key playmakers, like people who did their job. Like, I'm stepping up regardless of what. They wasn't elite like Deion Branch. They wouldn't put him on elite wide receivers. James White ain't even receiver. He killed the DB in the 28-3 run in the Super Bowl. Running back catching the ball on the DB, just cooking him. You see what I'm saying? Like he had people that stepped up in the time when they needed to be great, and they did. And
I love
trying to paint for Josh Allen. I don't want no big name receiver. Let's let Josh Allen have a mediocre guys and see what happens.
I love the law firm of Kincaid and Knox. I do, as I like to call them. But at some point, your best playmakers can't be tight ends. Can't be. Can't be.
Some people do great with tight ends. Like
can't be. The Rams do great with tight ends, but they also
Patriots ran the double tight end set a lot with Gronk.
Oh yeah, and the Rams do good with it too. But remember, you also got Puka over there doing his thing too.
Well, Puka's a big name.
So, just saying.
He is among elite receivers at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So here we go. We got some rumors, possibly, could be, who knows what's happening in the back office. But Should the Ravens consider trading Lamar Jackson, possibly to the Raiders? Because they probably one of the only teams that can afford Lamar at this point. Seven, what's your thoughts on that? Should the Ravens
Yeah, get those picks, get Henry Ruggs, go get you another quarterback.
Henry Ruggs.
Hey, there's a rumor out there talking about he's trying to make a comeback in 27. There's a rumor out there saying that.
There's no way, bro.
There's a rumor out there saying that. I don't know what team will take a chance on me 27, but they're up and talking about he's getting himself ready for 27.
Bro, I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Because he can potentially, if memory serves, he could potentially be out sometime August of this year.
Yep.
So yeah, there's rumors out there saying that he wants to try to make a comeback in 2027. I don't know, but we'll see.
Like I said, I'm not putting it past. Ricky Williams got to leave and come back. Josh Gordon got several chances.
Oh yeah. You
know, because he can't stop smoking weed. So
the weed.
Well, it wasn't even that it was the weed. It was that he kept showing up to practice stoned. He kept showing up to practice smelling like weed.
Hey, let's not forget. I mean, let's not forget Martavius Bryant too.
Oh yeah, Michael Vick also he went to jail and got out. But the thing is, can he perform? Because sitting that long and coming out and trying to play football.
How much? I mean, he's got his own money, so it's not like he had to have a job in prison.
Look at Phillip Rivers though, Seven. He sat on his couch and came back and was trash.
He was running from 11 kids, bro. He has all of the training he needs at home. He's outnumbered. There are schools that have better ratios than he and his wife have in that house right now.
Oh man.
Hey, I believe it, but hey, you got to do
something. You wrong, man. You wrong, man. Go to HR. Go to HR right now. You wrong for that, man.
I don't even want to do any paperwork this morning. Just stop.
Anthony said Lamar got 2 years to get a ring, man. After that, he's cooked. You got to trade him. But he's going to be too old by then. He's going to be like 31.
He'd be 31.
Yeah, he'd be 31. Yeah. It's the hard thing with Lamar is, I mean, and I think there was somebody said he needs a head coach. Like, what's the new head coach going to want to do? And that's what you decide. And then, but it's hard because there's not really an option that's going to be in this year's draft or next year's draft because Archie ain't going to be ready. He's going to need to go for a senior year. At least in the next 2 years, I don't see a quarterback that is actually going to be worth trading Lamar and getting that first pick to, I mean, you really want to put your franchise on the back of Francisco Mendoza?
It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see what that offensive coordinator is going to be, because with Mutkin gone, I want to see what this team can really do. It should be the Derrick Henry show majority of the time, but we'll see.
So what you're saying is the Ravens should go into a Tennessee Titans running the ball type of phase.
Heck yeah. You get that man 35, 40 carries a game, man.
Man, you talking about the Titans had I think people forgetting they had a 25-year-old Derrick Henry versus a 30-year-old. He like 32 now? He's somewhere around there. He's 30 something.
And he's in his 30s now.
You want to get 30 carries?
Run all the wheels off. Run until the wheels fall off.
Run the wheels fall off. Play that play
until
action,
the wheels
boy.
fall off.
Play action.
Bro, he picked it up at the end, like mid-season, but in the beginning, he had fumbleitis in clutch moments.
I was still kept giving it to him. Still kept giving it to him.
You have to.
With that, man.
You got
to. You got to.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
you imagine man, if you bet 10-3 and you want that man to finish out the fourth quarter, tackling that man is already a business decision. Okay, can you imagine in the fourth quarter, cold, you playing somewhere like Lambeau Field, and you going there with Derrick Henry, bruh, you really got to think.
What y'all think about what Damon said, Lamar replacing Tua? You like that?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
I won't wish that on my worst enemy.
All right, so I'm going to toss this question in the air. Whoever has the answer first, y'all can go ahead and go first. What NFL team is overrated and will collapse next season?
Bills.
The Bills?
It's gonna happen
Oh, without McDermott, you think they're gonna collapse?
because here's the thing. It entirely hinges on if they can get Dable to be head coach, or at least come back as an OC.
Right.
Because then you're gonna get it out of Josh Allen. Outside of that, you're forming new relationships yet again.
Man. Don't jump in on that party.
G would be so hot right now.
Man, I think it's the Raiders.
Raiders
already
collapsed. They already collapsed.
They trash and they gonna get worse.
No, it's gonna be an overrated team, man. That's gonna collapse next season. Man.
Overrated team that's gonna collapse.
Yeah, the Raiders already collapsed last season. They was cooked. They did better under whatever the O'Connell at quarterback.
Okay, I didn't know we were talking about overrated. Okay, I got you.
Who you got?
I take the Lions.
The Lions?
I take the Lions.
You think they're gonna collapse some more? Because they had
I take the Lions. I think they're gonna have another hard time trying to get that offense together. They do got the talent, but I think they're gonna have a hard time offensively without Ben Johnson being there. I also think that defensively they're gonna take another step back. So I got the Lions.
Anybody want to answer that? What team getting Geno?
Hopefully nobody. You just go off into the sunset. Do nobody need Geno?
Just trying to get that number one pick.
Don't nobody need Geno?
So let me ask you this: coaching versus talent. What matters more?
It has to be a balance. Because you can have the best team in the world, but without coaching, they won't win. It has to be a balance.
It's coaching.
Has to be a balance.
It's coaching.
You could be the best coach in the world, but if you don't have the horses, you're not gonna win. You got the horses without the coaching, and you still won't win.
Didn't Kyle Shanahan prove it without his horses this year?
To a certain degree,
he had one. He had CMC.
To a certain degree, yeah. But at the end of the day, he failed. At the end of the day, he failed.
All right, so let me ask you: if you all right, hold on. So give me 1 second, Seven. If you had to pick a side, coaching or talent, which one are you going with?
I'm going. If to me it's a balance, but if I gotta pick a side, I'm going with coaching.
Gotta pick a side. You going coaching?
Mm-hmm.
7, go ahead.
The proof that it's coaching is Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones looked like hot dog water. Dable gets to New York. Dable gets Daniel Jones paid. Gets Daniel Jones paid. And then we see Daniel Jones go to Minnesota with the quarterback whisperer, and he actually does not look bad again. Coaching matters because we see really good players. Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields are two prime examples. Two really good quarterbacks coming out of college go into a horrible coaching situation and can't get anything done. Their careers are forever overturned because of that coaching situation that they were in. But you have the right coach come in, and any player can be elite. Look at what Andy Reid does to teams. Look at what Bill Belichick has done with players. Look what Sean McVay has done with players. The Snow Queen himself. Like, there is... You can't tell me.
So if you had to pick a side, 7, you going with coaching?
Oh, man.
Coaching, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Let me ask you this, 7. Did the best team win in the playoffs or the healthiest team wins in the playoffs this year?
So far, it's been the best team.
Best team? Will, what you think?
Best team, because everybody's beat up. Everybody's beat up at this time. Everybody's beat up.
Well, you said everybody's beat up. Wouldn't that be the healthiest team one?
No, because you can't use injuries as an excuse. You still got to get it done, and the best team does
man
that.
Up.
I mean,
and the best team does that, the best team.
Jarrett Stidham, next man up.
But you're the best team. But you're the best team because you because you won despite your circumstance.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on. And here's why the Jarrett Stidham thing doesn't matter. Jarrett Stidham went to the same practices, right? Put on the same uniform, had access to the same resources, the same coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All of that was equal?
Yes.
Except he don't get the same snaps Bo Nix get with the first team.
He did that week, though.
He did that week.
Out of 7.
He did that week, though.
Out of where we at? Week 20?
I'm just saying that week. I'm just saying that week. He was the.
Hold on.
I'm just saying that week.
Here's the thing. Jarrett Stidham's been in the league longer.
Yep.
So he does have more experience. He has taken snaps before. Yes, it's been a few years since he took a meaningful snap. I will agree to that. But that was actually an advantage. It was 3.
7. You know that man has not had. He ain't played a game in 700 days. You know how long 700 days is to get a snap in?
I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. But Jarrett Stidham had all of the same resources. He has previous experience.
Right.
He has previous experience. You mean to tell me after a few years of not working at McDonald's, you couldn't walk back into the back and understand really quickly how to get back into the swing of things?
Making them fries and pies, boy.
When you know what you're doing, and here's my point. I'm not comparing being an NFL quarterback to being a fry cook. What I'm saying is when you know what you're doing and you step back into that role, those things come back to you rather quickly. It's like riding a bike. We're talking about a kid who's only known being a football player his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And so he actually, I was going to argue this, he had an advantage because that 700 plus days of not taking a meaningful NFL snap, you know what that also means that the Patriots didn't have on him? Game film.
He played for the Patriots, though.
No, that's false.
Didn't he play for the Patriots?
Jarrett Stidham was brought in to be Tom Brady's backup replacement.
Yeah, he played for the Patriots for a minute.
He was there for at least
a cup of coffee.
He was there for a minute. Yeah.
He was supposed to be him, Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
They was all supposed to be his Tom Brady's backup, and Brady refused to leave.
Yep.
He said, "Nah, I'm good.
Yep.
I got this."
Yep.
But like I say, there was no film on Jarrett Stidham. There were no tendencies. There wasn't any idea on how he had been developed by Sean Payton and the Broncos coaching staff. He had that advantage. And I think it's one of the reasons why he got away with that deep ball at the start of the game.
That 51-yard pass.
It
was a good throw.
Yeah.
So obviously the talent is there. But then we see Sean Payton get cute with play calling. We see an offensive line that's not quite giving him the time that he needs, and he doesn't run. He's a pocket passer. He's an old school. He's going to stand in and take the shot pocket passer. He's not running the damn ball.
Payton should be ashamed of himself because he took points off the board.
Absolutely. But think about it. With all the struggles that they had with Jarrett Stidham in that game, they still only lost by 3 points.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all cutting Will Lutz?
Will Lutz?
Yeah. Y'all
the kicker.
Yeah.
No. That
at this point, man, all the kickers are having problems, bro.
Yeah. All of them.
I don't know what it is, man, but
wide left, wide right. What the hell?
I don't know. Kickers ain't getting it done they ain't been getting it done since they pushed the one pointer back.
Yeah. You're right.
What it is everybody was following the Justin Tucker method of relaxation. And once he got caught, they was like, wait, we can't do that no more. And so now everybody's tense. That's what it is.
Let me pose this question.
We'll
start with you, Seven. What quarterback is under the most pressure heading in the next season?
That's a toss-up between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Are you going to have a career where you're a regular season champion but can't get anything done in the playoffs? Or are you actually going to finally close the deal?
So let me ask you this. If this quarterback fails next year between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, should the team move on from them?
Yeah.
I
would say there's a little bit of grace depending on how everything fails. But ultimately, if the Bills fail because Josh Allen yet again, while he doesn't have a bad year for interceptions, his interceptions come at the worst time. If that's still a consistent problem, you have to look at it, just like you had to look at moving on from Sean McDermott. Obviously, they still needed to move on from Brandon Beane as well, and they didn't make that move. But when it comes to Josh Allen, judging on his play, if he has these ill-timed interceptions, especially in the red zone, you got to look at it. And then you got to look at Lamar Jackson. Are you going to, the new head coach, the new OC, make play call changes at the line based on what you're seeing?
Okay.
And if you're not making those changes, then we got to move on to somebody who's going to. Because if we're calling a pass play and you see that it's going to get blown up and we need to just run the ball, audible.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't very much. And that's one of the reasons why Todd Monken's play calling looks so bad. Lamar Jackson should have been making changes at the line on a regular basis, and he doesn't do it like he should, like most NFL quarterbacks do. I don't know if he wasn't empowered to be able to do that, if Monken and Harbaugh said, you can't be making changes at the line, you got to do what we tell you, or what it was. But Josh Allen's got to make adjustments. Lamar Jackson's got to make adjustments.
Well, at the beginning of the year, I think the Ravens struggles came because in the beginning of the season, they let Lamar have the play calling range. They was letting him do play calling. It wasn't working out. So they then tried to pull it back from Lamar, and you see how that started to turn out, right? But they dropped in Tyler Huntley. Ravens started winning games. Oh, feeding Henry 30, 40 times. Hey, we don't care.
What you got to do. You got to run back there that can run the ball that many times and get stronger as he gets more carries. That's what you got to do.
So what you think, Will? What quarterback is under the most pressure heading into?
Oh, it's got to be C.J. Stroud. The way he ended it's got to be C.J. It's got to be C.J. It's got to be.
You gonna blame C.J. for his terrible number 27 offensive line?
I am tired of blaming this man's offensive line. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's got to be C.J., man. If you're holding other people's feet to the fire for not coming through when they're supposed to be, why are we giving C.J. a pass?
How they getting killed back there? And he don't have no play.
A pass?
All right, let me ask you. If you're a quarterback, Will, you don't have your line is ranked 27th, and your star receiver who's supposed to be there, your playmaker is gone, and you got people that can't get open. What are you gonna do besides get killed?
It's CJ to me. It's CJ to me.
But hold on.
That man got that man got he has the talent. It's up to the team to get him an offensive line. So,
but hold on.
I'm holding his feet to the fire, 7. I got to.
How are you going to hold his feet to the fire over Justin Herbert? Because people have been
understanding. I'm holding his feet to the fire too.
Justin Herbert should be more than CJ Stroud, because nobody makes excuses for CJ Stroud. We understand that he is a flawed quarterback and he needs the right pieces around him. Nobody makes excuses for CJ Stroud. People make excuses for Justin Herbert. People make excuses. Like, third or fourth year, I think third or fourth.
I think he's fourth. I think he's going to
Herbert is like 8th year, 9th year.
Yeah, I would say it's got to be Herbert over CJ Stroud.
I got to, man. CJ's just been such a disappointment, man. Such a disappointment.
So we all know Joe Burrow historically got the worst line in the league, and you gonna hold Joe Burrow feet to the fire?
Oh, hey, same thing with Burrow. Same thing. You got, particularly with that team, bruh. Come on, man. That's even worse.
Everybody who has an terrible offensive line.
That's even worse. Listen. You can't sit here and say, okay, yes, he has a bad offensive line. We've seen other QBs with bad offensive lines win over the years. It's not often, but we have seen it. It can be overcome.
You know that's why Andrew Luck retired, because he was getting killed in that backfield, even though he was winning games.
It can be overcome.
It was tough winning games, man. You're dying back there. Who wants to get pressure 50% of the season? You got a 17 game season. You getting pressure 50% every game.
Perform it's your job, and you're getting paid to go out there and perform with the talent that you have. Perform. What
you think, 7, man? We hold.
I'm holding CJ.
It's the problem that I have with
that's a good point on Sunshine.
Or
Damien, that's a good point on Sunshine, and that's a good point.
Stroud hasn't been more disappointing than Sunshine to it. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. But my thing is, if we're going to, when we look at Stroud and Burrow specifically, historically bad protection.
Mhm.
Both have arguments to be compared with what Andrew Luck dealt with in Indy. Now, when we look at Macaulay Culkin, Burrow, he does have the best 1 and 2 wide receiver combo in the league. I agree with that. But the dude has less time in the pocket than I do when I'm trying to I can't remember where I was going to go with that analogy, but the dude has no time in the pocket.
Mhm.
Stroud has very little time in the pocket. But so when we look at these guys, we've got to look at the decision making for the time that they have. And CJ's done some. Justin Herbert hasn't done enough. Justin Herbert, I feel like could definitely do more. Joe Burrow, it's difficult because he's had a running back and a good wide receiver tandem, but his line is so bad it doesn't matter.
May I ask you
And
this,
that's the hard part.
May I ask you this, Seven? It's time for CJ to get a contract extension. Are is the Texans giving him a contract extension? Would you, as a GM, give him a contract extension?
I'm going to give him an option. I'll give you a contract extension this year, but it's going to be like 40, 45. If you're lucky. If you wait and give me a MVP caliber season next year, I'll give you 55, 60.
Well, what's
the market? What's the market for a QB right now? What's the market?
45
50.
plus.
You're probably looking at about 40, 45 mil.
45 plus.
I ain't giving him that. No.
Not even if he
I give about 30. I give about 30, 30. I give about 30, 35.
Dak is getting 40.
I'll give him 30, 35 for some incentives.
Oh, come on. You got to give more money than Dak.
Dak
is the garbage time stat
give him 35. Give him 35 mil with some incentives.
Sheesh. Well,
give him 35 mil with some incentives. And the reason why being so tough is because the man has the talent.
Sheesh. Well,
the man has the talent, but I'm giving 35 mil with some incentives.
All right.
Because you got to have, because at the end of the day, you have to have, because like both of you say, you have to have money to give him a line.
Oh, I mean, clearly the Bengals don't care about that because they paid Burrow.
They don't give a damn.
They paid the trifecta.
The Bengals
all the money. They paid $300 million and 2 receivers and a quarterback.
Yep.
The Bengals' money for an offensive line is just some caution tape that they just run up the field.
Yep. That's all they doing. That's all they doing.
So, whoever has a name first, give me a name to insert here. This quarterback will never win a Super Bowl in his career.
Tua.
Just gonna reach out for the low-hanging fruit, Will?
Oh no. Tua, man. Tua.
Ray Charles would be sitting his piano and tell you that you ain't winning no Super Bowl.
I'm just saying. I'm the new Triple H. I'm the new Triple H. Davis, I'm the new Triple H.
I gotta say, I'm gonna go a little bit more confrontational. Because Will wants to just go with the easy decision, like the drunk chick at 1 a.m. Coyote Ugly style. Easy layup. I don't think Lamar Jackson ever wins a Super Bowl.
Ooh, I like that. Never? He ain't gonna get one?
Nope. He might go to the dance, but he ain't leaving with nobody. Except maybe his mom. He'll leave with his mom, but he ain't leaving with anybody meaningful.
Well, what you think? Action Jackson ain't never gonna get a champion?
I think he gets one. I think it's gonna be one, but I think he gets one.
You just try to not get shot in the streets of Baltimore when you go visit.
I don't know.
Now,
First of all, I ain't never going to Baltimore. That's the first thing. Second thing, I ain't never going to Baltimore. That's the first thing. Second thing, I think but I think you got a new coaching change. They get some more playmakers on that team, get that defense under wraps. Because good lord, Roquan Smith is not what he used to be. They need some players back there in that secondary. The secondary
brought in
was
the defensive
atrocious.
head coach.
Give
Jesse
me a
Lynch.
couple. Got a defensive head coach now. Maybe another. Get another D lineman, maybe a pass rushing linebacker. They could be right back in
Yeah,
there.
they do
Right
need
back
some
in.
pass rushers.
Yeah,
Jesus, yo,
they can be right back in there.
they get
Yeah,
no pressure, man.
yeah,
None.
no pressure at all. And like I
But
said,
they do
Roquan's not what
say
he used to be.
they do say you got to marry your coach to the quarterback, and if a coach and a quarterback don't win a Super Bowl in the first 5 years, they will never win one.
I think in Lamar's case, it may be marry your OC, depending on how good your OC is.
I mean, you got to marry your coach, your quarterback to the coach, man.
I mean, because you got a defensive head coach. So so the offense is gonna have to come from your offensive coordinator.
Mm. So 7 is the Chiefs dynasty over.
Uh-oh. You asking the right man
No.
too.
Of course not. Now, is there going to be a bit of a rebuilding time? Absolutely. But
How much
nobody was
probably
asking.
you really got to
Patriots has-
rebuild with Patrick Mahomes pushing 30 something?
I mean, they need to shore up the wide receiving core a little bit. Rasheed Rice isn't the guy to hang your hat on. He's not bad, but you need some other reliable pieces there. They've got to fix the rushing game because that's been weak over the last few years. They've made some okay choices. Bringing back Kareem Hunt was not a bad deal, but they spent a lot of time relying on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and that's there's a lot of there is some work that needs to be done. But I will say this: when the Patriots went 10 years without winning a Super Bowl, nobody was questioning the dominance of the Patriots in that time. This was actually a true down year for this was actually a down year for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You remember last year when everybody was saying it was a down year for Patrick Mahomes and he just made the Super Bowl? That's how great Patrick Mahomes is. Everybody thought that was a down year for him. So I don't think that the dynasty is over.
I think this was his worst year, though.
It was his worst. It was. That is very fair. It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs needed some struggles, and I think that Eric Bieniemy coming back into the building, you're gonna have a lot more accountability. They fired the wide receivers coach that was not fixing the issues with the drops. They're getting rid of Matt Nagy. I was hoping, I'm kind of hoping that he ends up as the offensive coordinator of the Bills because I think that would just be hilarious. But that's just because I'm a twisted person and a hateful person. But that's neither here nor there.
You want to see Josh Allen's downfall for real. For real, if that happens.
All I'm saying is that with the Chiefs, there is some transition here. I think that excuse me, the team that we see next year is going to be more reminiscent of the Chiefs of what we were used to than what we saw out of them this season. Damien, stand up and come say that to me.
Oh man.
Will, what you think, man? Is this the end of the Chiefs dynasty?
No. As long as Andy Reid is there, that window is always going to be open. They do need to make some changes, though. Need to make some changes with that wide receiver room. I think maybe Kelsey needs to go ahead and retire. Let Noah Gray get some more reps because Noah Gray is a decent tight end. That defense has got to get better on the back end too. But
secondary needs some help.
Yeah, but I think the window is still open as long as Andy Reid is still there. That window is always open.
Let me ask you this: is the league overvaluing quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I mean,
to a certain extent, yeah.
To a certain extent, yeah. Some that don't deserve is getting massive contracts. Some that do deserve it are getting massive, really big contracts. So,
To a certain extent, yeah, I think the league does overvalue QBs.
There is importance to having a good quality quarterback, and I will not take away from that. But there are 21 other starting positions just for the offense and defense that you need to have quality players on. And just like we were talking about earlier with Cincy putting all of their money into Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, and not getting Joe the protection that he needs to actually get the ball to him. This is the downside of not investing in those other positions and putting all your eggs into one basket. I feel like the quarter, but it also comes back to why we keep giving the MVP to quarterbacks when there are players in other positions that deserve a nod. Like this season, Myles Garrett should at least be a finalist. Because the Browns only won 5 games. Okay, how many games do they win if Myles Garrett isn't playing in an unreal clip, sacking quarterbacks left and right? They don't. Sense. Like it's or last year when it should have been Saquon. Like there are so many other positions that can make an impact, and teams don't invest in those positions correctly. They just throw all their money at the guy that's under center and hope for the best.
Okay. We got about 3 minutes left. 7. Give us a 3-minute baseball take for upcoming season, man. Give us some hot stuff.
You know what? There was actually, this is a good spot to talk about this. So there was something that I was looking at the other day, because we're going to see a lockout after this next season because the collective bargaining agreement is going to expire. And the Major League Baseball, the biggest rift between players and owners is in Major League Baseball. The hot topic that's going to be on the CBA is going to be a salary cap. And the salary cap is not going to be what holds up negotiations. It's going to be the salary floor, because the players won't agree to a salary cap without a floor, because you're not going to have teams like the A's and the D-backs and the Marlins spending $80 million a year and then complaining because the Dodgers are spending the money that they're spending. The Yankees are spending, the Red Sox are spending, whatever else.
Dodgers spend some crazy money.
$2.1 billion in deferred salary right now on the books for the Dodgers. The floor is going to be the contention, because the owners are going to try and argue for like a $80 or $100 million floor, and the players aren't going to settle for less than 150, 200. Or it's going to be set where it's a percentage of the cap. And when you have, so when the cap makes adjustments based on TV deals and stuff like that, just like every other league does, if the cap's at 300 million, then it's going to be, 70% of that or whatever it is. And that number is going to be what holds up negotiations. And I want to ask you guys, if you think of, when you think of how it should be, well, I'll let you take this one first. What percentage of the cap should the floor be set at? Where do you think that's fair?
You talking the floor?
Yeah, the salary floor. Because the NFL and the NBA have one too.
Mm-hmm.
15-20%.
15-20%. For a floor.
So we have $300 million cap.
Okay, so you're looking at a salary floor in turn. Okay, I'll raise it. Then we get 25-30%.
Okay.
I'll say around 300 million. I'll say about 300 million is a good spot, man, because there's only like 4 or 5 teams that's above 300 million in cap. So I'll say that's a good spot. You know what I mean?
And one of them is the Dodgers.
You can even the playing ground.
Yeah.
I say you can't go below 200. And the reason that I say that is the money's on the table. The money is on the table. And when we look at, like, there was a stat that I saw this morning. The percentage of money that the teams get of revenue that goes back into their payroll. The leader in that was the Dodgers. 90% of their revenue goes back into payroll.
Of course.
90%.
Of course.
Now, of course, the guy that the family that owns the Dodgers now also owns the Lakers, and I believe the hockey team was at the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
In LA, like they own, and I think they grabbed a portion of the Rams as well in the process. Like they have a chunk of LA sports, so there's money there for them, so they're not as worried about it. But teams have got to start investing more. And you tell me that like the now the Sacramento A's, the soon to be the Las Vegas A's, that team actually quietly has one of the best young rosters in baseball. If you go look at that team and look at what they have, two of the 3 Rookie of the Year candidates for the National League were on the A's. And that's just a fraction of the talent that's on that team. So, but it's a young team. So if you can get them to just continue to invest in those players and the ones that are performing, I'm not saying give money to somebody who sucks. I'm not saying give somebody who's going to Anthony Rendon theirself out of playing. I'm saying invest in those players that are actually performing, like Nick Kurtz, like Mason Miller, and then you're going to go from spending $65-70 million a year in payroll to where you're hitting that $200 million mark, because it's going to players that deserve it. And you do the same with the Marlins, you do the same with the Jays, you do the same with the Rays and all of these other underperforming teams that don't invest. If you make them spend $200 million a year, we have a completely different game.
I think you got to go a little above that, because the top 10 spenders this year alone are above $250 million.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's less about what's going on at the top than bringing up the bottom, because with a union, like they're about getting the money for getting as much money for everybody as possible. And right now, there's a lot of money being left on the table alone, because those bottom teams.
Leave my Mets alone, Damien. We ain't done a doggone thing to you. Leave my Mets alone. You bad enough as it is. Leave my Mets alone.
Those bottom 10 teams are what's making it more difficult, and it dilutes the product. And that's my issue. Like from a business sense, those bottom 10 teams dilute the product of baseball. And at a very pivotal time when hockey is surging, soccer is surging in the US, we've now got the women's softball, women's baseball coming, women's professional volleyball. You mean to tell me, all right, man, we're going to give you 2 choices. You can watch a bunch of guys stand around for 4 hours, or you can watch some girls in short shorts with a nice ass go jump around. Which one are you going to watch? Which one are you?
Well, which one are you going to watch? What you going to say?
You know what I say? Bring back the LFL. You know what I say? Bring back the LFL. Bring that thing back,
this
boy.
Is what I'm saying. Baseball has to up the ante, and this is how you do it. You bring up the bottom. It's that's my thing. You fix the worst pieces, everything gets better as a result, just because the standard of play is higher, and that's so I think and that's why I'm okay with setting it at 200, is because if you can get those bottom 10 teams above 200, the product gets better.
Good argument. And we have ran a little over our time for this morning. We appreciate everybody who stopped through the Coffee and Sports this morning on the Wire to Wire Network. Will and Seven, I appreciate you guys this morning. Seven, you got any closing remarks for our people?
Podcast Name Deferred comes back February 25th. Also working on bringing back my mental health podcast. First Generation Dad. Will and I are going to be bringing that back probably end of February, beginning of March as well. Carmike, definitely gonna want you to roll through on that too. Of course, you're always invited. But yeah, no, just getting ready for baseball season. World Baseball Classic starts the first week of March. That's why we're coming back at the end of February. Jerseys are hitting the shelf. Support your country, support your team. We'll see you soon.
And also support that mental health, man. Mental health is very important.
Very important. Very important.
Especially for men.
Yes.
Will, closing remarks and close us out, big guy.
I want to say thank you to everybody joining us here on Wire to Wire Network for the Coffee and Sports in the Morning show. We'll be back tomorrow doing the same exact thing. Hope you join us. We appreciate you. Have a good day.